and how did you get involved with the Encore?
Man, Encore, shout out to Mimi. Man, I was trying to get my piano to work, man. I really wanted to play for y'all. And so I'm like, dang, you know what I'm saying? But maybe we'll come back to that. But yeah, Encore, shout out to Mimi at BET. I'd already had a show at BET called Man Cave, so shout out to Jeff Johnson, Slink Johnson, and Tank. Can you hear me okay too with these headphones or sound coming through
You're
all right?
good.
All right, cool. Yeah. So, Jeff, Slink, Tank, BT. So it was really like, they had a music show. I'm already BT family. So they gave me that tap, you know what I'm saying? One more time, brought me back in. And so I was super excited, super humbled, you know what I mean? Like, oh man. So yeah, that was cool. That was real cool.
Awesome. Being that reality TV is the world of edits and storylines, what misconceptions have we picked up that you would like to set straight about things on the show?
No misconceptions yet. That's the thing. With all of the chop chop and the tap tap and the whoop whoop, I watched last night episode like exactly. You know what I'm saying? Everybody woke up mad. And I'm like, I don't know what y'all talking about, man, because this is what I was saying. This is what I was saying when I was there. You know what I'm saying? Like for anybody that's watching and for my people that know me, you know what I'm saying? So many of my people that's like, wait, hold on. They just got they wait, what coast? And I'm like, gee, this how they was treating me. This how they was treating me. You know what I'm saying? So, um, I think that is exactly what's on my page. You know what I'm saying? It's a teachable moment. People think that production is just about making beats or songwriting is just about writing words. No, this is about the vibe. This is the studio. This is energy. And now we need to understand and learn about studio etiquette. What is studio etiquette? How does that go? How do you know when you're supposed to talk, when you're not supposed to talk, when you're supposed to give your idea, when you're supposed to chill out and just be a fly on the wall? Let's get into this educational moment. You know what I'm saying? And so, I feel like if we look at it like something that we can learn from it and things that we can get better and grow as people, then it's all love. You know what I'm saying? It's love.
What are your thoughts on the drama surrounding the twins and the separate drama surrounding Aubrey?
Oh man, you know the twins is they are hands down, some of the most talented people I ever worked with. That's just the bottom line. You know what I'm saying? And so they have super high expectations. You know what I'm saying? They're very, strong and opinionated, which is why their pen and their writing is so incredible, you know. So it's fiery, you know what I'm saying? But it's all about can you take the heat in the kitchen? They knew they had the right producer to put in that room, though, to stand in the fire of that lion's den. You know what I'm saying? Because you ain't about to. I don't care all of the kicking and screaming and the yelling. It's cool. And now what? And now we still got music to record, ladies. So they had the right one in there. You know what I'm saying? Because I'm gonna come and get the job done. That's just the bottom line. I came to get. You know what I'm saying? I came to get the job done.
The music for the show is really the main thing. We have song titles like Bird's Eye View, Only God Knows, Skeletons Talking. Can you share with us some more info on any of those tracks at all?
Any more info like what? What you want to know? What you want to be Pacific. Be
Tell
Pacific
us
like the
about it. Tell
ocean.
us about
Be Pacific like the
tell us
ocean.
about
You know
it.
what I'm saying? Michelle, what you want to know?
Tell us about, I mean, anything behind them, what the writing process of them, which are your favorites, anything, some of the stuff that we kind of want to
Let's go.
know.
Let's go song by. Let's go song by song. Let's go song by
Yeah.
song. What's the first one? Let me get my water. I'm a little parched, man. Michelle
All
got me
right, Bird's
worked
Eye
up.
View.
Excuse me. Excuse me. Nah, because you know what? I am passionate about this. Like, I can try to be cool and act like, oh yeah, I'm on another TV show, whatever. Hell no, this is about music. You know what I'm saying? And
Sure.
I'm passionate about music, and I put my heart and my soul into everything that I do. And that's why I feel like the emotions were so high in the studio because it's like I don't have no B or C level switch to give y'all ladies. I only know how to give you the best of me. That's all I know. You know what I mean? When I get in the room, I start seeing them speakers. I hook up my laptop. I'm in there. It's a thing. So Bird's Eye View, you know, that's probably one of the best written songs on the project. You know what I'm saying? Because after they go through all of this craziness, what don't kill you do what? Make you stronger, right? So you watching these ladies and you're seeing them in vulnerable, you're seeing, what goes on behind the scenes. But guess what? At the end, these ladies are stronger. They're better. They've grown as musicians, as people, as moms, as sisters, so you're really watching a transformation process. And the thing about music is we can tell you better in the music than we can tell you in person on this show. So you'll see this, you're gonna see this, but it's about that music at the end when you hear it. You like, damn. So that's bird's eye view. Bird's eye view is zoomed out. A lot of us, when we're in this situation, because watch this, as we're watching the show from a bird's eye view. You know what I'm saying? We're watching it zoomed out. We're no longer in the house together anymore. So that song is gonna tie. That's what tie. Now we're gonna start tying it up. See, right now you in the middle, you halfway through the season, but we're gonna start tying it up. You know what I'm saying?
Okay. Only God Knows.
That's Pam. See, and that was really the song that set the tone for the house. Like Pam came in there, and the thing about Pam, we talking about total. There's a level of professional. We talking about Puff. You know what I'm saying? Brother Love right now. There's a certain level of excellence that comes from that. You know what I'm saying? And Pam came with that, and she came with that attitude. She came with that sense of spirituality. You know what I'm saying? Where she was leaning on it. So she was the first one to get her song done. You know what I'm saying? And she's like, and I'm doing gospel, and I'm praising God on TV. I don't care. I don't care. I don't care. And it really set a certain type of precedence for the rest of the music, for the rest of the things to flow from Pam first putting God first. How about that? You know what I'm saying? And it was just like, wow, okay.
All right, Talking.
That's the twins special. You know what I'm saying? That's a twin. That's when you let their ass just go by themselves and just let them do their little thing. There you go. You know what I'm saying? Because that's really all they wanted. All they wanted was, let us do a song where we could do it without no help. Let us just do us by ourselves. And it's like, ladies, you can do you by yourself. You don't have to yell at us to say we want to do us. We really want to do this shit by ourselves. You don't have to beat it. You don't have to verbally, you don't have to do nothing. You can just do it, baby. You know what I'm saying? You got it. You got it. We out your way.
How did you all decide on the final songs to use for the project?
Oh, I mean, it was a group effort. And even myself, I was humble. I literally thought I was coming on the show with Puff Daddy sauce. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, let me be on BET, like, aha. And them ladies wasn't having that. They wasn't having that. They was like, Kosine, you don't do nothing. You don't even do that. I'm like, gee, what's happening? You know what I'm saying? Like, I came on there like, we on BET. You know what I'm saying? They're like, you don't do nothing. I'm like, I don't even want to take my laptop. I don't even want to give y'all no beats. Now I don't even want to give y'all no beats now. How about that? I don't care if y'all got, if y'all saw, it's going to be all piano on your shit. You know what I'm saying? I ain't even put no 808s on y'all shit now. So you want to yell? Find the 808. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, find one in this house.
But y'all found it.
Michelle, why you get me worked up? Why did you get? I still got work to do today.
See. I don't. This is unintentional. So woo, woo. Okay, we're halfway through the season. As you said, we pretty much have caught up on most of the drama and everything else. We're waiting for the music to unfold. Why do we continue to watch the Encore?
You continue to watch because you want to hear the music. You want to get to that end performance. You want to see who makes it, to the end. Are all the girls gonna stay? Are some gonna leave? Are they all gonna be, like there's a lot of questions that still need to be answered. You know what I'm saying? And And for me, you know, it's interesting to watch just because the music creation process is so sacred. Think about all your favorite songs. Were you there when they recorded it? You weren't. You know what I'm saying? Remember that. You were not there. On this show, we're all here. We're all in the studio. We here. We see you on the mic. We're here. You know what I'm saying? And so it's must see TV. What are you talking about? Why should we watch? What are you talking about? This is must see TV. You know that. I'm gonna take my glasses off.
Because you're selling this one.
This is this is must. You gonna ask me why should we keep watching like this ain't must see TV, young lady? Ma'am, these ladies are on there going berserk. You what? Did you see last night?
I'm like,
what?
Hey. You speak about the production side of things. Your latest Instagram post was very, very interesting. Break down production to us and all the components that it takes to get it right.
Production. Well, it's a wonderful question, you know, because let's start to demystify. I call this getting up under the hood. I call this unpacking, you know. The producer is the last line of defense. So, you know, you got a label that comes over and says, hey, we want a record. And here's our superstar, Tashelle. Kosine, this is our superstar, Tashelle. You know, we have, how much do you have in your budget to pay me for this hypothetical situation?
How much do you charge? No.
let's just say $100,000. All right, cool. Okay. $100,000 for one track from Kosine for Tashelle. She's our star artist. We believe in her. We're ready to spend millions. We'll start with $100,000 with Kosine for one song. So you have to know the producer is the last line of defense. So the first thing that I did when I knew I wanted to be a producer was read Quincy Jones' autobiography. And the first thing that he did as he approached the project was figure out what musicians he was gonna bring in, you know what I mean, to bring the project to life, whether it's keyboard players, bass players, whoever the instrumentalist was going to be, he brought them in. And so you have that option as a producer, or you can be Pharrell and you can be 100%, written by, produced by, performed by Pharrell. That's up to you as a producer and the skill set that you have. Are you a rapping and singing producer, or are you just a beat making producer? Are you a hook writing producer? Are you an arranging producer that don't actually, it's so detailed and layered, but what you are is the last line of defense. When the label comes back, they don't want to talk to the bass player. They don't want to talk to the keyboard player. They don't want to talk to the background singer. They want to talk to the producer and get a master recording turned in from them. So, you know, also, if we want to go deeper with production, being a producer, sometimes you're a therapist. Sometimes you're just a great listener as a producer, though, because you want to give an artist a song that when they get on stage, it's them. It's like the clothes that they got on. The song is them. But how are you going to know what's them if you don't ask questions and if you don't listen and hear where they're from and hear their story and what they're going through, or if they just had a breakup or do they just have a baby? All of this stuff is important. You know what I'm saying? When you talk about master level production, we're not talking about just email to beat. We talking about when you're in the studio with the artist. So yeah, it's heavy. It's heavy. Did that answer your question? Because I went there. I know
you did. You're passionate about this. I felt it. How does a song like Love and War come full circle from start to mixing the vocals?
First of all, we got to just stop and pay homage to the late LaShawn Daniels.
Yes.
You know, who wrote for Michael Jackson, who wrote with Rodney Jerkins, you know, Brandy, like LaShawn Daniels, that like, you know, especially when these people leave us, you know, you feel so privileged that you had those intimate moments in the studio to really tap in and really understand soul writing and soul music. Because if you listen to a Love and War, Tamar, you know that lady was singing through some pain. When you listen to something like a Mary J. Blige, you feel it. You don't even just hear it. feel it. You know what I'm saying? And so as a musician, especially where I'm at in my career now, I'm leaning more towards that. Like, you know me from my party songs: cake, 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 ass, ass, ass. One time for the birthday chick, hey. Two times for the my anaconda don't. I got club songs for days. But that's why I had to put out my own project, Truth Serum, and give you King, and give you Settle, and give you Hello World, so that you can hear the growth and the maturation and the wisdom. You got to share that. You know what I'm saying? What is it? Nina Simone said that it's our job to reflect the time. So you got to reflect it. We just got out of a pandemic. You got to reflect the time. What's going on right now? Report the news. You know what I mean?
I'm a Midwest girl myself, so explain to
That
me
town,
how growing
right
up
here.
in Chicago prepared you for your career.
Come on now. Best city in the world. Lupe Fiasco
Okay.
said it, man. Best, I'm talking about sweet home, Chicago. Like, come on, man. Everything about that city. If you can come up in Chicago, you ready for the world.
Yeah.
Because that growing up, you already know how it's going to be at school. These kids is about to lean into you. Mama jokes like you ain't never heard before. You going home looking at your mama crazy because of what you just had to take at school. They like, what? This is what we do? This is who we are. Yo mama. You know what I'm saying? You like, damn. You know, so if you can get that type of thick skin, you know what I'm saying, and survive that, you get out in this world, all right, cool. You already know what it is. You know, so
Yeah.
I'm grateful for the history, you know, that has transpired and gone through, and what that city represents, who it represents. You know, it has armed me with a tool belt. You know, it's armed me with a tool belt to navigate. You know what I mean? As a black man, as an entrepreneur, as an Afro Latino man. Viva Panama, viva Guatemala. You know, todo me llamo es Marcos Enrique Palacios. So I got a rep for my people.
You
You
know?
know what I'm saying? You talking about growing up in the culture, man. Can you imagine being Panamanian, coming up in Maywood on the west side of Chicago? What?
I say all the time, I say Chicago's different. You know, if you don't know, you know, I'm from Minnesota, but still, it's across the street.
So
It's
so when I
across the
went to
street.
it's across the street. When I went to FAMU, my first production partner, shout out to Eric Anderson. We did our college mixtape together, the Crescendo, but he's from Minnesota, you know, and like that was my man, like that Midwest connection. I'm talking about my man's 50 grand. You know what
Yeah.
I'm saying? So yeah. Shout out now, Minnesota. Y'all produce them right. You know what I mean? The Midwest, produce them right.
Yes, sir. What's been one of your biggest accomplishments thus far in your career?
In my career, biggest accomplishments, I'd say Truth Serum. Truth Serum, my debut project, and then also it's a short film that we did, a 28-minute movie that was scored by, I starred in, I co-wrote with my dog Noise. Like I put my whole. Then we did a podcast. So we have the Truth Serum album, we have the Truth Serum short film, we have the Truth Serum podcast, all explaining to you the last 5 years of my life. You know, and a lot of it talks about that fall off, you know, from 2009 to 2014, 2015, we never left the charts. My first company, The Interns, you know, in 2015, we were nominated for Rap Song of the Year with Nicki Minaj, Anaconda, which just this year reached 1 billion streams. So, views on YouTube, I'm sorry. So, you know, it was like crazy. And then boom, you know, pressure got to me. I had to move back to Chicago. You know, people stopped calling. You know, when you hot, everything is a yes. Then they stopped calling. You know what I'm saying? So like now I'm back at the house, you know, and I did a TED talk that was kind of like me speaking over my life. You know, Professor Kosine presents how to rewrite your life. And when I came back to LA, I said, if these labels and these artists ain't rocking with me, then I'm gonna diversify. And I went over to Apple Music. You know what I mean? And and I went over to Apple Music and began to DJ. So even now, to this day, I have 2 shows on Apple Music Radio. You know, so if you got an iPhone, or if you don't have an iPhone, and even if you don't have a subscription to Apple Music, you can just go to radio in the Apple Music app, Click Radio, and at 11 a.m. and 5 p.m. every Sunday, you're gonna hear from your partner. I'm gonna be playing you the best music in the world, Craig. In the
Okay.
world. You know what I'm
Okay.
saying?
Okay. Dope.
So, and then after Apple, then we went to BT, and then we went to Fox and started doing Empire and Star, and then we started being an artist and putting out our own projects. When you say your greatest accomplishment, I think my greatest accomplishment was diversifying, because just being a music producer was unfulfilling. Even with the number ones, I was still unfulfilled. I'm like, dang, I love the fact that I got this number one Rihanna plaque, but why I still don't feel like I won the whole championship yet? Like, you know what I'm saying? And that's when, we started diversifying and turning up.
Who are some artists that you would like to work with that you have yet to work with?
Brother Lucky Day for sure. And her. Lucky Day and her. Cardi for sure. It's time. Meg, it's time. Um, we got we just tapped in with dang, I don't wanna give it away. All right, yeah, we got to do this again. So schedule a part two, because you know what I'm saying. I don't want to get in trouble.
We follow up. Yeah.
But let's schedule a part two in a second, because it's a lot of new artists. Because that's where my head is at. My head is like, all right, I've had big songs with big artists. That's cool, but I want to be responsible for introducing you to new dope artists, and I want to produce their records and give them all my superpowers and just bring you into that gourmet ratchet. You know what I'm saying?
Of the artists on the Encore, who would you like to work with outside of the show separately?
Ooh. Look at her. She knows she did it. She knows she did it with that. I'm gonna put my sunglasses back on, man. I'm gonna put my sunglasses back on. You just broke it, man. You broke everything we was building. You broke it. I don't know. I don't know. I don't know. I don't know. I want to work with the group. I want to work with the group.
Oh, that was so safe.
You know what I'm saying?
That was so safe.
That was so safe. What'd you say? That boy has some media training? That boy has some media training. That boy has some media training. What?
I mean, it's no shade to any of the women, but you are, you do what you do, and I'm sure you connected to some of the women specifically. So, I mean, come on.
Now, honestly, if we worked, that'd be cool. But really, it's be the relationship. The fact that I could tap in with, Pam, or be able to call Shamari or Nivea. You know what I'm saying? Nivea is hilarious. That lady is funny, man. You know.
I know she said you was on from the beginning. Fine.
Here you go. Here you go.
She did.
She said it. She did. Here you go. Spicy.
I seen it.
Adding hot sauce. You adding hot sauce and sprinkling just sriracha. You sprinkling sriracha on the interview.
Kosine, what's next for you?
What's next? FAMU homecoming. Going back to celebrate with the Marching 100. You know what I mean, and get some of this gourmet ratchet music on that field. You know what I mean? I'm definitely dropping more music. I'm working with a lot of new artists, man. A lot of your favorite new artists that's going crazy. Like, I'm in the studio with them, and they are delivering. You know what I'm saying? They're delivering. I know that I got some really, really good music on the way. And so yeah, it's a lot. Just stay tapped in. I just say follow the gram.
Okay. Is there anything else at all that you would like to leave with your fans or people who don't even know who you are? What would you like to share with people?
I want to share the word community. and it's in the theme of last night's episode of the Encore on BET, uh, which is it's cool if you know how to do something. It's cool if you got it, but can you teach that skill set or that gift or that knowledge or give that blessing to somebody else and to somebody else? And can you like repeat it over and over again? And like, who are you helping? How are you building community? You know what I mean? Like a lot of us do have it figured out and we did the work. And so great, pat yourself on the back. But now it's bigger than you. You know what I'm saying? Who else are you helping? Who else are you blessing? You know, and by doing so and by making that a lifestyle, you will start to receive that energy back. You know what I'm saying? You'll receive them blessings for no reason. You'll receive that favor back. You know, so I just really want to encourage people and leave people with that one. Like, let's build community. Let's show that love.
Awesome. Well, it was a pleasure speaking with you. We really, really appreciate it. We look forward to everything else that you have to offer to us because I believe that it's a lot. And I think there's even so much hidden that people don't know. And so we look forward to you being able to get your shine on and because I believe you deserve it. And so continue to do your thing. We'll be checking in, like you said, with a part 2. So maybe at the end of this season, we'll check back in and we'll see what else is going on. I'm gonna hope your piano's working, get some music playing in the background.
You see what I'm saying?
I'm here.
No, we got this. This is the first one. You know what I'm saying? I apologize for my ivories not being ready. You know what I'm saying? Because that usually sets a certain vibration. Because it's like, let me play for you right fast. Hold on, let me say something to you via keys. And then we can kind of get into it. So we got that. I also thought of something else that I do have coming up. Mm-hmm. So we have to do this again because I'm still not gonna tell you what it is.
Okay.
So that we can do this again. And you're gonna lead a hot sauce out the conversation next time.
I got you.
You're not gonna be burning people's tongues. You know what I'm saying? Having people drinking water and burning people's tongues, man. Everybody likes spicy.
Was light. This was so light.
This was light.
This was so light.
This was light.
I got you next time, though.
This was light.
It was. But I really appreciate it. Thank you so much. And we will definitely be reaching out to you again to have some more conversation with you. I genuinely appreciated you.
Likewise. Be blessed.